Sun Tzu opens his teachings with a warning. War is a road to either safety or ruin. You do not walk it without a map. To understand the modern battlefield, such as the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, we must look through the lens of Sun Tzu's 5 constant factors. These are the pillars that determine victory before a single shot is fired. Factor 1. The moral law. The moral law is the harmony between a people and their leader. It is why they fight. In the early days of 2022, the world watched as President Zelensky remained in Kyiv. His presence galvanized the Ukrainian people, creating a moral law so strong that civilians stood before tanks. Contrast this with the Russian side, where low morale and confusion among conscripts, many of whom weren't told they were going to war, severely hampered their initial momentum. Factors 2 and 3. Heaven and Earth. Heaven is the climate, Earth is the terrain. In Ukraine, heaven manifested as the Rasputitsa, the muddy season. Russian armored columns, expecting firm ground, found themselves bogged down in deep black mud. This is Earth, the narrow passes and open plains. By failing to respect the Earth of the Donbass and the heaven of the spring thaw, a superpower's logistics were halted by nothing more than rain and soil. Factor 4. The Commander. Sun Tzu demands 5 virtues of the commander: wisdom, serenity, benevolence, courage, and strictness. A commander's wisdom is seen in how they adapt. We have seen Ukrainian commanders utilize decentralized leadership, allowing small units to make their own decisions. Meanwhile, the Russian command structure has often been criticized for being overly rigid and top-down, leading to the loss of several high-ranking generals who had to move to the front lines to fix basic tactical errors. Factor 5. Method and discipline. Finally, we have method and discipline. This isn't just marching, it is the maintenance of roads by which supplies reach the army. The 40-mile-long Russian convoy stalled outside Kyiv is perhaps the most famous modern example of a failure in method. Without fuel, food, and organized ranks, an army is just a very expensive traffic jam. Sun Tzu tells us that these 5 heads must be familiar to every general. He who knows them wins, he who does not fails. But preparation is only half the battle. Once these factors are weighed, the commander turns to the 14 ways of deception, because as the scroll says, all warfare is based on deception. The lesson of Ukraine is that the 5 constant factors are not static. They are a living balance. A leader can have the most advanced Earth in terms of fortifications, but if they lose the moral law of their people, the walls will inevitably crumble. A commander can possess the courage of a lion, but without the method to fuel their tanks, that courage is merely a prelude to sacrifice. Calculation is the difference between a road to safety and a road to ruin. Before the first missile was launched in 2022, the war was already being won or lost in the assessment of these factors. Russia's stalled convoys and Ukraine's decentralized command are no accidents. They are the physical manifestations of preparation, or lack thereof. As you close the scroll, ask yourself, in your own battles, whether of statecraft, business, or life, have you truly assessed your Earth? Have you secured your moral law? Sun Tzu's wisdom is clear. The general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes but a few. Be the commander who calculates. Master the factors. Only then are you ready to engage in the ultimate art, the art of the plan.